Generation of Chicagoans tuned in to WGN to watch him sing, dance, and make them laugh.
He was the host of Rayner and His Friends and the fumbling but lovable clown Oliver Oliver on Bozo's Circus.
Tonight, we mourn the passing of a Chicago television legend. WGN's Dean Richard joins us with a look back at Ray Rayner's career.
Well, Jackie and Steve, you know, it's if you grew up in Chicago, it's just like the passing of a dear old friend. Longtime Chicago children's TV host Ray Rayner died today of complications of pneumonia after a long illness. He was 84 years old. For 38 of those years, he entertained us with a menagerie of clowns, cops, and a duck. His feisty friend Chalveston the duck nibbled on lettuce and often on Rayner's foot as he introduced a generation to classic Warner Brothers cartoons on his Ray Rayner and Friends morning show. But success in Chicago didn't come early. Nearly a decade before, this native New Yorker, one-time World War II POW, was hired at WBBM to host Rayner Shine, The Little Show, and Popeye's Firehouse, among others. Then, on September 11, 1961, Rayner debuted on Channel 9 as Sergeant Henry Pettibone, host of The Dick Tracy Show.
Dick Tracy calling Sergeant Pettibone. Dick Tracy calling Sergeant Pettibone.
The afternoon cartoon show was a big ratings 10-4, and Rayner's talent was added to WGN's new lunchtime clown show, Bozo's Circus. In the days before Cookie the Clown, it was Oliver Oliver who was on the other end of Bozo's pranks.
At last, somebody else got hit with a pie! Yeah!
Ray Rayner's contributions to Bozo's Circus added to its legendary success, and his soon-to-become famous morning show was also added to his schedule, where he told jokes with the kooky canine Cuddly Dudley. He read the weather and the sports, often with reminders from the notes that he clipped to his signature jumpsuit. He took us to the Lincoln Park Zoo with Dr. Lesser Fisher. He'd sing and do his best with do-it-yourself projects.
I assume I take this thing off first.
After retiring in 1981, Ray Rayner performed on the Chicago theater scene before moving to Albuquerque, New Mexico as a TV weatherman. Bruce Dumont, president of the Museum of Broadcast Communications, told me, after all these years, we still remember Ray because of his versatility and his charisma.
With his involvement on the Dick Tracy Show, his own show, and then Bozo, he had 3 lives as a television performer, and he had that ability to look directly into the camera and talk to the children of Chicago, made them feel important, and I think that's part of the legacy he will have.
Here it is, folks. We have to depart. I hate to go. I know there's sorrow out there, but we have to say it. The 3 little words. 3 little words, 8 little letters, they simply mean, I love you, bye, bye, bye.
Ray Rayner is survived by his wife, Marie, 2 children, and 4 grandchildren. No word on a memorial service yet, as Ray would have done it with a Post-it note that's just fallen off my suit. Post-it notes don't work as well as they did for him back in the old days. This one's for you. Ray touched the hearts of kids all over Chicago, and with reaction to his passing today, Julie Unruh has this. Julie?
As you said, Ray Rayner certainly did touch the hearts of kids, and of course, Dean, those who were just kids at heart for nearly 20 years. While it's been longer than that since Rayner's last took the airwaves, Chicago can't help but remember the man who played everything from a policeman to a weatherman, clowning around to everything in between.
How about a little bat? A little bat?
For years, Ray Rayner made the live TV flub famous. His colleagues at WGN look back and say Rayner handled it better than anyone. Al Hall worked by his side for more than a decade. Their years of hard work are on display at Chicago's Museum of Broadcast Communications. Old pictures, old friends, and who could forget the Ray Rayner jumpsuit.
In those days, live television. So what you see is what you got, and if it happened, you saw it.
The characters and the antics from the 60s and 70s are hard to forget, even for this reporter. Not so long ago, a child mesmerized by Rayner and Friends. Out on the streets, faithful viewers remember the show as if they watched it yesterday.
Little notes all over what's the next cartoon. I remember hearing a lot of good songs on there. He'd play around with the duck.
I grew up with Ray Rayner. Chalveston the duck. I remember him with his little notes and in the cartoons and everything. I loved him.
No matter what the setting, friends say Ray Rayner was always himself, funny, on and off camera. Don Sandberg played Sandy the Tramp during the Bozo days and remembers a hard-working Rayner dedicated to his craft.
I'm sure he could exist in this time because he was a naturally funny man. He had a funny face, an elastic face. He could use it to his purpose. He could express all kinds of feelings, desires, wants, needs, and so forth. And as I said, he was the consummate actor.
You'll see green alligators and long-necked geese.
But Dr. Lester Fisher, who was a regular on the Ray Rayner show, is still living in Chicago and remembers him best. Their days doing Ark in the Park remind him that Rayner was actually afraid of animals. Still, the host pulled off the show day after day, leaving his audience, young and old, asking for more.
It didn't matter if you were 6 years old or 60, you couldn't help but enjoy Ray Rayner.
Yes, it's true. Friends say it was no secret Ray Rayner had a fear of animals. We're told as a joke WGN stagehands used to shake Charleston's cage before letting the duck loose on the set. Rayner apparently never could figure out why the bird was so feisty. Of course, he handled the chaos with a sense of humor. Ray Rayner will certainly be missed. Live in the newsroom, Julie Unruh, WGN News.